What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing this evening? Thank you guys for tuning into Southpaw's Tales from the Barstool. I am the founder. My co-founder sitting right here to my right. I'm JD Tierney. My hot and funny wife right next to me. She's pretty much the brains of this whole operation.
Then we're fucked.
And the beauty. And I'm just here because I can do the technology. Besides that, I'm pretty much fucking useless. Tonight's kind of a special night. It's
Wait a minute. You didn't even give me a chance to say hello like you always do.
Oh, yeah.
So I could do this and steal your thunder. What? Boom! 1,000 followers, people.
Today, we finally broke that 1,000 mark. So that being said, we're going to be doing some giveaways throughout the episode. It's going to be a special episode for multiple reasons. Number one, because we passed that 1,000-mile mark, or not 1,000-mile, that 1,000-member
miles.
1,000 something
Miles
or another.
of smiles, people.
But we also have Richard Kaufman coming on here shortly, and he is celebrating, I don't know the exact year, but decades of sobriety. And out of respect, we're going to be doing non-alcoholic drinks tonight.
We are.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna. So
yes, we are. But
this
can
is a strawberry banana.
Can I give them your recipe,
smoothie.
please?
Oh yeah, give them
Awesome.
the recipe.
So if you're JD and you want to make a smoothie for a non-alcoholic beverage for our show, you start with ice. You throw it in there because the ice has got to blend up first, right? Makes total sense. Then you put the fruit because it's a fruit smoothie. Again, no brainer. And then you add the milk, to thin it out and everything. And then you taste it and think, you know what? This fruit isn't as sweet as I think it should be. Let me add salt.
Yeah, I went full retard. And I thought, I think everybody's grandma had these growing up, so we had to have it. But it's the 3 different sized ceramic holdy thingies for flour, sugar, salt that go by the stove.
They're cookie jars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what cookie jars.
Yeah, ceramic holdy thingies. It's exactly what I said. But I grabbed the wrong one. I thought it was the sugar, and I got a big scoop and went boom.
Our kids broke our sugar one 6 months ago.
So this guy right here, all of this, I can't do shit with it.
So we're going to give you our personal recipes of our drinks tonight. Grab your cup.
So my personal recipe for my drink tonight is
ice
and
soda.
7-Up for me.
Big red for me because I'm a Texas girl and I like the taste of it.
This is 7-Up Zero because my doctor told me
girlish figure.
My doctor told me to lose weight and sugar and carbs have to go.
Did they?
And I'm like, you can go fuck yourself.
Did they?
I said that really loud on the inside.
The carbs needed to go. That's what they said. And they said gluten needed to go. And what does he do? I'm just going to drink a diet soda.
It's not diet. It's sugar-free.
No, that's not what they were.
I was told sugars. I wasn't told anything about gluten. But we got to move forward here,
He's
man. I'm pretty
lying.
excited to get Richard on. So we're just going to do the sponsors here real quick. If you want to take that mouse, we'll move forward.
Oh.
Our first sponsor is, of course, Southpaw Laser Concepts, the flagship for this whole podcast.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, never heard of them. They specialize in custom, bulk, and wholesale laser engraved products for you, your business, or event. From custom leather patched hats and beanies to plaques and office signage, Southpaw's attention to detail and customer service are second to none. Our minimum order is 1. We don't let people order less than 1 of anything. My God.
Totally fucked that up. Oh, shit.
And real quick, if you are commenting, make sure you go to Facebook or StreamYard.com/Facebook. Give them permission to see your name, or else we're not going to be able to see who you are. We definitely need to see who you are when it comes time for the giveaways.
I'm about to be real professional. Run off the screen. Hold
on. Go quickly.
Okay,
I'll take the mouse. So the next one is the Legion of Loan Officers, founded by Air Force Security Forces veteran Nick Carpenter. Legion of Loan Officers is America's mastermind for smart mortgage professionals, where you learn to attract 10 realtors you love working with. Get your free copy of Nick's book, The Loan Officer Strategy Guide, at loanofficerstrategyguide.com. Just pay a small shipping and handling fee for his hot wife, Jessica, with a K. I can say hot because she was on our podcast. So, Nick, if you're there, don't get offended. You can also find them at facebook.com/Legion of Loan Officers. It's also a great tool to have if you're in any kind of sales, because you can convert what they're talking about into stuff that you can do. Our next one is, let me grab this mouse here.
I'm back. Very professional. Sorry about that.
Is Omog Construction, founded by Marine veteran Seth Knox and his partner Matt Anders. They're a general contractor servicing the greater Houston, Texas area with a focus on concrete. No job too big or too small. From residential to commercial and industrial foundations and pads, Omog Construction has you covered. You can get a hold of them at omogco.com, facebook.com/omogco, or Instagram, omogco.
Look at you. He color coded it. How professional.
Yeah, you can't see it. Just a quick note, OMOG does stand for one Mexican, one Wedo. In Spanish slang, Wedo is white dude. Just a little bit of cool stuff. The next one is it's kind of weird, but we are actually sponsored by another podcast.
Yes, we are.
And we are going to be promoting each other as we go, but it's the Veteran Talk Show with Ryan Smeltz. Basically, a soldier, an airman, and a Marine walk into a room, and the Veteran Talk Show is the punchline. Veteran Talk Show is more about the veterans on the show than the ones who watch it. An unorthodox version of therapy. They talk about things with each other we've never told anybody else, at least until now. Working to support sexual harassment victims and assault prevention and stopping veteran suicide, we maintain a resources page on the website, including Richard Kaufman's book, A Hero's Journey. Come watch the organized chaos at www.veterantalkshow.com. Man, they've got some really good stuff going on. If you're a veteran, you're going to appreciate the stories they tell. If you're not a veteran, you're definitely going to get some insight on understanding some of the issues that veterans deal with and see it from an inside perspective. And our final one is Pirates Coast Realty Group with Wendy Johnson. If you're buying, selling, or leasing in the Texas Coastal Bend, give Wendy, the Pirate Girl, a call, and she'll find your treasure. Whether you're looking for your dream home on the beach or a buccaneer to buy your empty crow's nest, Pirates Coast Realty Group gets you gold. I wrote that tagline for him. Yes,
that's adorable.
You can find her at facebook.com/thatpirategirl. wjrealestate1@gmail.com is where you can email, or you can call them at 469-719-2204. And that wraps up our sponsors. Thank you, all of you guys. We couldn't do it without you. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bring Richard Kaufman online here. Look at Kat, on the ball with the buttons. Richard, what is going on?
Richard, it's nice to meet you.
I got to tell you, you totally outkicked your coverage. She is beautiful, and you're so damn lucky. So just wanted to say that.
You didn't get to meet me during the pre-show because I had to work today at 12-hour shift. So, Richard, do you like to be called Richard or Rick or Richie or Dick?
Whatever. You can call me whatever because I've been called it all. It doesn't matter what you call me.
So, just to give everybody that's new watching a quick idea of what to expect, you're Richard. You are a expert in your specific field, especially with coming back, redefining yourself. You do it with multiple podcasts, books, everything like that. I'll let you talk about those. But basically, our job as our podcast hosts is to not talk about that. Yes. So you're going to get 3 minutes.
3 minutes on the clock
to talk about anything you want to talk about as far as plugging your businesses, podcasts, books, etc. And then after that, we are off the clock, behind the scenes, and not under the influence tonight, but that's still part of our tagline. So your 3 minutes starts now, sir.
Okay, this is going to take less than a minute. My name is Richard Kaufman. I am also known as the Comeback Coach. If you need to find anything about me, hashtag the Comeback Coach. That's all you need to do is hashtag the Comeback Coach. Less than 30 seconds. Boom.
Jesus, we weren't prepared for that.
Not at all.
You know what happens when you wear a hat like this? Shit happens.
You make shit happen. I did not wear my hat today, clearly. I'm not making shit happen.
Yeah, we don't make. Yeah.
I will not go on a podcast or a show without this hat on.
Really?
Refuse to. I will not go on anything without it.
Actually, the one I did before with your Comeback Coach logo, I loved that one because I got to experiment with some shapes for the first time ever doing it. And I was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. It's probably going to be horrible.
Yes.
And by some crazy, miraculous fluke, it turned out better than I expected. And I'm glad I know you wore it until there was like sweat stains all through it.
I wore that thing out. And I've done 300 episodes, so it was on every episode.
Oh wow, 300 episodes. It makes our 18 look like kindergarten.
Now you guys crushing it. You guys have a lot of people watch you and are talking about you, even if you don't know about it.
No, I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear it. So everybody, all people who are on and making comments and everything, one, make sure you're going to StreamYard.
StreamYard.com/.
Yes.
Facebook and give them permission because we are going to be doing giveaways as we go.
And we want to have your name.
And yeah.
And while we're talking to Richard here, go ahead and let us know what y'all are drinking. If y'all are joining us on the sobriety train tonight, which we needed after this weekend. Don't go to the river.
My Czech Liver Light is on after this weekend.
Absolutely.
So
I'm drinking my energy drink. So
I see that you have the GNC cup there, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm pretty sure that I read somewhere a long time ago that you were the top salesman for GNC at one point.
Yep. And I ran $1 million a year store. And also worked with guys from the WWE and NFL, Major League Baseball. So if you want to talk about some of your Houston teams, your Dallas teams, whatever you want to talk about, I'm good.
Okay, who was your least favorite athlete to work with?
Oh, wow.
You asked.
Because I'm not about to get sued to play for your Houston team. He was an outside linebacker from the University of South Carolina. So that's all I'm going to say. And he's
I'll
not
do some research on that.
We'll look it up. I'm sure there's people out there who know exactly who he's talking about.
I quit watching sports several years ago, except for roller derby. Man, I still love roller derby.
Oh yeah, I do too.
That's a sport, boy. That's a rough sport.
That's what makes it so
That's
awesome.
What's so awesome. Yeah, it's real. It's raw. You're gonna get blood on you. It's terrifying. It's awesome.
I'm a big NASCAR fan, so I love watching wrecks.
You know, I used to.
She had the biggest crush on Kevin Harvick for years. And I didn't even know who the dude was.
Borderline
except for her.
Unhealthy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there was times when she closed her eyes when we were having mommy daddy time and Kevin Harvick was in bed instead of me.
That never happened more than 4 times, like ever.
Like ever. So previous to being the comeback coach and being $1 million a year sales guy for GNC, you did 23 years in the Army National Guard. Was it the whole time in the Guard, or were you active at any time? Tell us a little bit about that.
For 2.5 years until Uncle Sam decided, all right, you got 6 Article 15s. It's time for you to go.
So wait a minute. Article 15, that's bad, right?
Really? If you guys are out there, and everybody has always had that shit bag that was in their squad, that was me. So I got busted like 6 times, and they finally decided you got to go. And so I got thrown out of the active duty after 2.5 years. But I got in the regular. I got in the National Guard like 1.5 years later.
And then, so I'm assuming that all your article, or at least the majority or part of the Article 15s, were due to why you're sober now.
Yeah. I mean, 4 articles. The 2 that got me thrown out of the military. One is I lost my weapon, so they had
shit.
So they had to shut Fort Hood down. That was bad.
Oh shit.
And the other time was there was a 4-star general. He was about to die, and I was on funeral detail. Who knew he was going to die that weekend? And I missed it totally. Wound up drunk in Dallas, Texas, and without my license, and I got arrested for public intoxication. So I had to drive with my first sergeant back 4 hours back to base. So that was a pretty interesting time.
Okay, so I have to know that. Okay, screw all the drinking shit. Screw everything. Anthony Jones commented the exact same thing that I was going to ask: is how the hell did you lose your rifle?
Well, I was on the M1 tank. We used to put them in the Swanson boxes. I accidentally hooked it on the back of the hatch, the loader's hatch, and it wiggled free, popped off, and fell into a tank ditch.
No.
Yeah. 4 days. 4 days we got locked. The whole base got locked down.
Oh, jeez, Louise, that's horrible.
Surely by the time you got your fourth or fifth, people were like, "Fuck this guy."
Well, you know what saved my ass is, I was a shitty soldier when I was in the rear with the gear, but when you put me in the dirt and you took me into the field, I was the perfect field soldier. I would stay up for 72 hours straight. I would hop tanks for 3-4 days, and I did whatever you told me to do. So I was the perfect field soldier. And a lot of the tanks that I was on was company commanders, first sergeants, battalion commanders. So they saved my bacon, but you can only save somebody's ass so long until you get kicked out.
So you just could not be trusted with any kind of leave whatsoever. Nope.
Nope. I was that guy. I was the guy when they had the safety briefing. They looked at me and went, "Yeah, that guy."
Well, the amount of days I've had off since COVID started, you would think that I was that guy. Like, they don't give me a day off. Like, can't trust me. She won't come back.
Yep. And that's exactly how it was. When I was in, and then I got back in, and then I was due to be thrown out for a second time until 9/11 hit, and it changed my whole life and perspective on things.
Okay, I want to know what magic potion you had to be let back in and be kicked out twice, because I was politely asked by the Air Force to leave at almost 5 years in, and I tried going back in any branch, and they're like, no, like absolutely not. So you must have had a big swinging dick, because obviously I didn't.
Well, my wife will tell you that's not true. But as an alcoholic and an addict, as addicts, we're able to talk ourselves into situations and talk ourselves out of situations. So I just knew some people, and had some people vouch for me, and it finally, somehow it passed through, and I got back in. I was still an asshole. I was still getting in trouble. I just wasn't drinking because I was sober then. But I was due to be thrown out at the end of September of 2001 until 9/11 happened, and then shit changed.
Yeah, we have whoever Facebook user is that's asking about the tanks. Please go to StreamYard. STREAM.
I thought you were going to bring up this.
YARD.
Anthony Jones said, you were the whole reason they created safety briefings.
Oh, yeah.
And the funny thing is, like when people meet me today, they're like, "There's no way you were that guy." And I was like, "Yeah."
Well, even looking at your old pictures, because I was Facebook stalking you hard earlier today, just trying to find any kind of dirt or whatever to bring up. And man, there's that one picture of you in the old style BDUs that some of us learned to love, with the crazy porn stash. I'm like, man, I can't believe that is the same dude. Like, you don't look anything like you do now.
Well, and the funny thing is, like, because I was going to mention this, but my wife can't hear me, so we're okay. My wife met me when she was 13 years old, and the first day she met me, I mooned a priest. So
nice.
Whoa!
She was getting into at that point, and she's still stuck with me now 30-something years later. So.
Oh, well, she can't leave you for doing anything stupid. She knew what she was getting into.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing twice.
See, I made JD get behave himself for a while before I married him. That's how I was like, hey, you were being good when I married you. Okay, you were an asshole before, you're an asshole after, but for those 2 weeks, you were a good person.
Yeah, sun shines on a dog's ass every now and again.
I try not to be that way, but sometimes the asshole, the goofy guy comes out, and I feel bad coming on wearing these birth control glasses. But as you guys know, if you guys don't know, you're watching this, I'm 80% blind. So this is the only way that I can actually see. So I apologize for the BCGs, but it is what it is.
We're going to have to ask you about that in just a sec. But first, we're going to give our first giveaway out. Are you ready, JD?
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Hey, pick a number between 1 and 10, Richard.
7.
Oh.
7.
7,
okay.
he says. Awesome. All right. So everyone who is watching right now, we're about to give our first giveaway. Number 7. So the first person to get the right answer wins which hat, or do they pick their hat?
The The first person to type in the right answer, I don't care if you use Google, it's just going to be the first answer we see come across the screen that's not Facebook user, where I can actually see your fucking name. And HD, yes, I can see your name now. You'll get this pinstripe Flex Fit hat with the Southpaw's Tales from the Barstool logo on it. That is our first giveaway for reaching 1,000 followers and for the support you guys give us.
Are you ready to rock, people? And thank you for telling me what you're drinking. Most of y'all are actually sober tonight. Hey, you should be better at these trivia questions, or at least less inappropriate. So the question is, beer contains ample amounts of which vitamin? I have the answer.
Which vitamin?
Written down.
Are there ample amounts of inside beer?
Ample amounts of which vitamin for the pinstripe Flex Fit hat? And it's Anthony Jones.
Anthony, I already have your mailing address, so this guy is set aside for you, brother.
Congratulations, Anthony. You won yourself a friggin' giveaway hat. Boom.
Write that down. So while I'm writing this down, let's bring Richard back on.
Yeah,
and ask him about the.
So I heard that you had surgery, don't know what kind, that left you like legally blind for a while. Is that true?
Well, what happened was I got back in the military. They were about to throw me out. September 11th came. I straightened my shit out. Became Soldier of the Year, NCO, all that good stuff. And then I got involved in a training accident, and I got ran over by an up-armored Humvee. It ran over my body and my head. So I had an ocular stroke, and that's what caused me to lose my eyesight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I do have a question relating to your eyesight. Of all of your family members, which one were you least excited about seeing again when your vision came back? I know, not a nice question.
She loves these.
No, because I don't really talk to my family. I talk to my my immediate family, the ones that count. Because I always say that family. I mean, blood makes you a relative, but loyalty makes you family. So there's very few people that I trust, and people that, if you guys know, people I call my amigos. That's my family. So I really don't see much of my regular family.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
It is what it is. So.
There's a lot of family that actually Kat and I both come from like really gigantic families, especially when you start getting into the extended
cousins. I've got like 17
aunts
cousins
and uncles and stuff like that. And I'm really not close to anybody except for my mom and my sister and one of my aunts, but that's because I kind of grew up with them. But everybody else grew up out of state, and I just saw them
same
during summers growing up, and then after summers it was
same thing with me. I've got cousins, like all my cousins live in Missouri for the most part, so and we grew up in Texas. So, but I do have a cousin watching. He watches every episode. Richard, Woody, here's to you, man. You're the best cousin I have because you're the only one that watches my show.
Yeah, the rest of them can kiss my ass.
So what are you really trying to say? Just put it out there.
Fuck them. Just kidding. We love them all in just very different ways. It's like your kids.
So,
sorry. Very professional. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just slap the microphone.
This is me sober, man.
I know. When we drink, we do so much better.
I know. We don't like bang our heads against the microphones.
At least we don't care when we do.
Maybe that's it. Sorry, Richard.
So. You got the moniker of the comeback coach. Kind of walk us through that, and as far as what your rock bottom was, but I want to hear some, not just the sad, sob stories about it. I want to hear some shit that makes us laugh, because we can all appreciate being down and then picking yourself up by the bootstraps, kicking yourself in the ass, and going forward. So you got to have that humor, got to be able to laugh at yourself.
You're asking a serious question.
I know it's weird. I'm sober.
If you know me, whatever my theory is that, my mess became my message eventually. I'm probably the only guy you'll ever talk to that got thrown out of a crack house. That's how.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
I got thrown out of the crack house. So, and that was that. Because you know what, I would get loaded and I would get paid on Friday and have like $1,000 cash, and then I would go to the bar and get drunk and I would get rolled, and I'd have like $8 to last me for the week. But
Shit.
I was the kind of guy that, I got drunk one time and I was crawling across the highway and got hit and rolled, fell into the ditch, and then I crawled all the way home about a half a mile till I got to my mom's house, and she let me in. She was like, "What am I going to do with you, kid?" So I mean, much stupid shit that I did as a kid and even as an adult, but it's funny. Like, I did a lot of great things in my life, even when I was drunk. I mean, I roadied for Joan Jett. I mean, that was friggin' amazing.
What? How the hell did that come about?
A roadie or a groupie?
I was a roadie for her when she was in Killeen, Texas. I was a male stripper in Killeen, Texas.
Pics or it didn't happen.
And this was all the times in the military.
Yeah. Pictures or it didn't happen, Richard.
Oh, it happened.
I love that my mess became my message. I love that so much. And I totally want to put that on a shirt, because before I used to have a shirt idea that said, if I'm not drunk, I'm pregnant, but I'm never getting pregnant again. So there you go. So, but I like it.
But we also wanted to get you a shirt that said it's not nice to bite the strippers. And with him,
I bit one stripper one time. She bit me first.
Yeah, but a woman can get away with that shit. But if I were to bite back, all of a sudden I'm the asshole and I'm getting escorted out by fucking Fabio the bouncer.
Daniel has a valid point, Richard. He wants you to show me some of your dancing moves, your stripper moves.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Because when I took off my shirt, I look like Kamala the Giant right now.
Oh my God, no.
So there's no way.
Oh, did you hear? Dad bods are in, man. Come on.
I've been in for the last 10 years. So Harry, I love you, brother. That's one of my amigos that if I ever have a problem, he's always there for me. Got my back. Love you, Dan.
Yeah, Dan is a great guy. I've actually got to talk to him tomorrow. Yeah. Don't let me forget, Daniel.
Yeah.
So, we're back on track here. Just quick reminder. Number one, make sure that you're sharing this so that we can get more viewers and do more giveaways. Number two, if you are on here and I see your name as Facebook user, please go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give them permission to see your name, because you're not going to be eligible for the giveaways. And that's the last time I say it. The rest after that, you can go fuck yourself.
All right, Richard, we're going to put you on hold for just a second. We're going to do our second giveaway, and then I've got a question for you.
Pick a number between 1 and 10.
Like 1,000 questions, because that's what I do, because I prepare.
Woo!
All right, Richard, give us a number.
4. Like 4 horsemen.
All right.
Oh, okay. Are you going to read this one?
Yeah, I'll read one. Okay, so again, it's going to be the first person that
for this hat, the gray with the safety orange on the back. It's a snapback Richardson 120 or Yupong, but still.
Oh, that's a 6606. So then,
yeah, 6606 Yupong, which is basically the same thing as Richardson.
But this one says, "Warning: I have no filter," and then a bunch of like punctuation signs, like Hubert cussing. So again, it's going to be the first person to answer in the comments. I don't care if you Google it, but first person that answers will win that. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, what is the proper name for the hashtag symbol? And it is not £.
Boom.
So as we wait, yeah, it was. I was actually looking up some of these trivia questions today, and like I felt like I should be going on Jeopardy. I'm like, I know shit now. I know stuff.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's the thing. I married a guy.
No, it's not an ampersand or a number sign or an emperor or something.
Nice try. Oh, someone
Brandon.
got it right.
Brandon. Who are you up there? Brandon Burdick.
Yep. Octothorpe. Yep. He got it right. Brandon.
Yeah. So it is an octothorpe. Octo meaning 8 because you have the 8 sides. And thorpe, nobody knows exactly where it comes from, but what is believed is that it looked like the aerial view of a village, which Thorpe was a village with 8 fields around it. So Brandon Burdick. Brandon, I'm going to be sending you a message after the show to get your shipping information so we can get this to you.
All right, Richard. So I was on a mission.
We're not worthy, Brandon. You're too smart.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Look, she's like, damn you, Brandon, Lindsay. So I was on a mission to find like the craziest freaking questions I could today because I had a busy day at work and was like, I'm just going to be thinking of random crap as I'm like suctioning babies' lungs out and stuff. And what I came up with was interesting. What is the most surprising thing in your refrigerator?
Surprising thing.
Yeah, something that would like surprise people that you have in your refrigerator.
Lemon juice, because I make my first shake in the morning and I put lemon juice in in the first shake in the morning. It helps me go to the bathroom. So lemon juice.
Oh, lemon juice helps you go to the bathroom?
Yep, it actually helps detox your system.
Wow.
Really?
Maybe I should
Do you use like real lemon juice, like you squeeze your own lemons, or do you get the concentrate where it's like the plastic bottle that looks like a lemon?
Well, when we run out of regular lemons, that's when I use the concentrate. But normally regular lemons.
Awesome.
Daniel Curry said condoms was the most surprising thing in the fridge.
Really?
Or at least I'm assuming that's what he's
But we have condiments in the refrigerator.
Daniel, how much can you shrink and still have sex? I'm just asking for a friend. Asking for a friend, okay?
Wow.
yeah.
He put yes, really.
You know what condoms and rattlesnakes have in common, right?
Two things you don't fuck with. I know.
Damn right.
I've been pregnant way too many times to not know the answer to that. So I have a question for JD.
What?
I know we're not even interviewing you. If coffee was illegal, what would its street name be?
Oh, if coffee were illegal,
what do you think, Richard? If coffee was illegal, what would its street name be?
Oh man, that would be a good one.
Crack fiend?
The ground and pound.
Ground and pound. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
Yeah, she wins. I'm not even gonna attempt to say anything after that. She wins.
Yeah, that's a win. You win. So you
Oh,
won.
damn.
Ray Benson said jungle mud. That's actually
I actually like jungle mud. Oh, super poop juice.
Yeah, Facebook user said super poop
user.
juice.
Super poop juice. That's pretty good. That's damn.
That's one thing I do miss about smoking, because I gave up smoking years ago, but coffee and that first cigarette in the morning, it was like instant, boom, good, you're golden.
I
You're
don't
done.
miss smoking though.
No, that's the only thing I miss about it was that.
Is there any habit that you gave up, Richard, that you're like, man, I wish there's something I miss about that?
Oh, I would love to go back to tripping acid, tripping balls. That would be great.
Really?
Oh, because some of my friends, they're still friends of mine, and we used to all go to the airport and just sit in the airport terminal for like 16 hours straight, tripping balls. So, and then just sitting around, listening to music. I would love to go back to that, but I know I can never touch another drop of anything again.
Okay, was that like high school time or what was that?
Military time, baby.
Military time. Oh my God, man.
5 o'clock on a Friday, and I would trip balls until like Sunday night, and my back would be hurting me all week until the next weekend, because your back hurts when you take too much acid.
Not if you drink a lot of orange juice and take vitamin C supplements.
Oh, really? Please tell me all about that, you druggy bastard.
I mean, so I've read.
Tell me more, Mr. Hendricks.
Right? I'm like, oh, yay, I had children with this man. He's done every drug known to man.
Not every. There's a lot of new designer drugs that I just... Actually, it was like 10 years ago, I read this article.
Designer drugs? Like Louis Vuitton is coming out with shit? Is that what you're telling me? What the fuck is a designer
like
drug?
MDMA or ecstasy is considered a designer drug.
Yeah.
But
okay.
There was actually an article I read. It was like 10 years ago. And it was these kids were shitting and pissing in mason jars and closing them up, putting them in the sun and letting it ferment. And then they would huff it just like you would huff paint or gas or something like that and it was a hallucinogen. And I'm just like, at what point, like, what is rock bottom if you're huffing shit? I mean, how is that not rock bottom? But another thing is, I could totally see the tagline and the commercial for it where they say they're cuckoo for poo-poo huffs.
Yeah. Or I got shit faced.
Brilliant.
The only thing that I was always afraid to do, and I never did it, thank God, was heroin. It just always scared me. So that was one thing I never touched. But I tried coke twice, and I worked at a Burger King restaurant, and I've never cleaned up a place so fast. when I was on cocaine, but and marijuana, I just don't get. I tried it twice, and I'm like, yeah. So, but now I can't do anything. I don't touch anything. Like if you guys don't know this, that even if you make vanilla cookies, if you use vanilla extract, that's like 30% alcohol.
Yeah, it is. You can set it on fire. That's how you know it's real.
Yeah, that's why my wife, like when she bakes me cookies and everything has to be done with alcohol. Like even like we went out for dinner the other night. Since we've been together for the last 13 years, she has tasted every drink that I've ever, whenever we went out anywhere. She has tasted before I can put it in my body.
Oh my God!
Now,
you
is
have
that
poison control? That's so.
Now,
awesome.
is that a trust thing, or is that trusting against the people that are serving you, or trusting against you, or just checks and balances, or
time because everywhere I go, I order a virgin pina colada, and there's
okay
4 or 5 times where they've given me full blown pina coladas. And my wife's like, "I'll keep this one. You get another one." So she just makes sure that I stay on the straight and narrow. She trusts me. Like we have beer in our refrigerator. We got beer here. We got Blue Moon alcohol. I'll never touch it, but I just have to be safe. Safeguard myself from it.
So
good for you.
You were talking about the vanilla extract, and I like to go to Mexico to get this stuff because it's just the better quality extracts there, and it's plus it's just stupid cheap there. But not only for the vanilla extract, but anything that's alcoholic that you end up cooking with, doesn't it cook the alcohol out, and you're not worried, or is it just kind of you're not going to take the chance?
Yeah.
Well, like we went out to dinner the other night. I'm a big seafood guy, and I love she crab soup, but most of them are cooked with sherry. So even though most of it cooks out, there still might be a little bit in it. So I just don't want to take the chance.
Good for you.
Fair enough.
Like I can't even use regular mouthwash. I have to use children's mouthwash. So I'm using like my daughter's mouthwash.
Hey, but that stuff tastes so much better. I remember being a kid. I just loved squishing it where they had the little shot glass at top and filling it up and then waiting for it to drain out and then squishing it again, let it fill up.
So you travel and people are like, "Oh, is this your daughter's Dora the Explorer?" "Oh no, that's mine."
That's mine. And, and it's something else I got to say. A lot of people that know me, they know I'm a big joke. I love to kid around, have fun, but I'm addicted to this store called Lush. Okay, I love bath bombs, and every Christmas, my wife buys me bath bombs, and people ask me, like we went shopping the other day, and I was picking out flavors, and they're like, "Is this for your wife?" I'm like, "No, it's for me."
No, I'm totally with you on that.
You elegant bitch, you.
Hey, I don't give a shit how alpha and masculine you are. You gotta fucking pamper yourself every now and again. And actually, I was 40 years old before I had my first pedicure with her, and I'm actually down to have it happen again.
He gets ingrown toenails. It just makes sense.
Yeah. Nobody wants to hear about that.
Well, I'm just saying that there's a reason that you.
No, I just like the fucking the whole leg massage.
They do. They massage your legs for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, the leg and foot. I'm totally down with that. And like the hot Epsom salt. So yeah, I totally respect you pampering yourself. And if that's your thing.
JD just found out that they have like shampoos and conditioners specifically for your penis, and now that's all he talks about. And that's all he. I just
want to make sure it's clean.
It's called
rapidly.
It's called Head and Boulders.
Damn it, that's good. I'm gonna start my own brand.
Like even in my book, I tell everybody. They ask me, what college I went to, and I told them I went to Bathtub University because that's where I read all my books. I read over 6,000 books now, and most of it is from reading in the tub. So I got a bathtub education instead of college education.
Heck yeah! See, we don't have a bathtub anymore, and I don't read as often.
That's another thing we've had in common. I've read like 6 books.
Shut up. He's lying. He hasn't read 6 books. He's read parts of 6 books.
Yeah, I have a really bad problem about starting them and not
Doesn't
finishing
finish
them.
He doesn't
Like
finish
I get
books.
like 3/4
got-
of the way through. I've got a whole library.
He does have a library over on his desk of books he's only read halfway.
Well, I was reading a book the other day, and I guess because I've been on my phone so much, I put my finger on the words, and I'm doing this to the book itself. I'm like, the words are not getting any bigger. My wife,
You're zooming in.
she's like, dumbass, that's a book.
We got so used to technology. Hey, we want to go ahead and do the.
JD's like steps to success. I don't know what they are because I didn't finish the book, but there are steps to it.
So we're gonna do our next giveaway real quick, just so we can give away all this shit. We're gonna do something.
Sure.
We're gonna think of a number between 1 and 10 now.
9.
9. Okay, we are going to
9.
give away
Coffee.
some of my personal stash of coffee. This is Third Day Coffee Seguin
High calf, y'all.
Hey.
High Calf.
Yeah.
Jose, yes.
Yes, Jose.
This is J.R. Alaniz. This is
Love that man.
the only coffee that's in my house, like that I've paid for. Like I've gotten samples. I don't want to take anything away from other coffees.
But this is
There's
the
lots of
high
great
calf
coffees,
stuff.
but this is like my coffee.
Don't answer unless you can handle high calf coffee. Okay,
Yes.
This is legit. All right.
This is the High Calf, and if you brew it, it's going to look like tea. It's not going to be black. It's supposed to look that way. If normally you can drink a full pot of coffee, have no more than 2 cups. I telling you.
Awesome. You ready? In a standard deck of cards, which king is the only one without a mustache? And go.
So,
Which
is a cool question. The reason I brought the cards question in is because Kat and I have cards tattooed on our arms. You can't really see it, but
and Anthony John. Oh wait, no, he's not the first one.
who got it?
Daniel.
Daniel got it. So Daniel, you're getting some High Calf.
Good for you, man.
Third Day Coffee Seguin. If you want to know get some of this stuff, they're not paying me to say this, but you go to thirddaycoffeeseguin.com. Seguin is spelled Seguin. I promote this because I fucking love it, and he deserves to get as much business as he possibly can. So hit that guy up.
Awesome.
Now,
All right.
moving back on to our guest, Richard.
Boom. Got him.
So
Daniel's going to be all caffeinated up, huh?
yeah.
Because that's what he needs.
I love Jose. Jose is truly amazing.
He really is. We had
Yeah.
lunch with him the other day. Just great guy. Great guy.
No, with JR? Yeah.
Yes, that's what. Hello, where were you?
I was writing Daniel's name, and for some reason you were talking, and Daniel was in my head. and I'm
Daniel,
like,
did
wait.
we have lunch the other day?
No, that would have been a hell of a ring call, though.
You're not. Oh man, if you follow it up with Mountain Dew, your heart is gonna explode. Him just
You know
put it
what?
out there.
Just brew it with Mountain Dew and Red Bull, and you're gonna be good.
Oh,
What could possibly go wrong?
that's how every bad story from your military days starts.
No, actually, I did drink a lot of Mountain Dew at that time still, but it was also the Gatorade Glacier something or another. It was the blue.
The Glacier Blue. Yeah.
Yeah. And Slim Jims. And that was like my diet for like 2.5 years.
All right, I got a story about Gatorade. In the driver's hall when you're in the tank. Here's if you guys are ever going to get a chance to drive a tank, never buy yellow Gatorade, okay? Because you use one for your piss bottle and you drink the other one, and I kind of got it mixed up. So,
Oh my gosh, dude!
so that's so don't ever do that. Don't buy the yellow Gatorade if you're going to use it as a piss bottle.
Well, unless you're really dehydrated, don't get the orange either.
Yeah.
That's so disgusting.
Or unless you were with some really gnarly girl and don't get the green.
Wow.
Oh, gross. Did you?
I saw some of the girls you dated when you were in the military. Ew.
Okay, I'm pretty sure none of them pissed green. That just made my stomach do somersaults, and we've hit a new low. And for those of you that are doing the post-production audio and video, I do apologize.
I don't. Fuck
And I
y'all. You're getting into.
I think I just threw up in my mouth, but
That is That's god awful.
Yeah.
This is why I'm here.
I'm dumbfounded at this point. I don't even know where the fuck to
This is why
go
I'm
forward
here.
at this point.
Oh, I know. Would you rather?
Oh, it's would you rather. I did not think of any would you rathers.
You didn't? Okay, how about
No.
unpopular opinion?
I didn't do either one of those because I was worried about these.
Oh, mother prospect.
So do
I
you-
have two would you rathers.
Well, do it then.
Do it.
Because you suck, JD. Would you rather? My first one is, would you rather be a genius and know everything or be amazing at any activity you try?
I would bet I'd rather be a genius because then I could just tell everybody what they're doing wrong. That if they're doing everything, so I would win either way.
I think I'd rather be good at everything I try. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'd like to be amazing at everything I try. I mean, I'm pretty much there already.
Oh, God. Here we go again. That's the last time I compliment you in the bedroom ever. Oh, my God.
Hey.
Man. And he's like, flexing.
After 18 years, I earned that fucking compliment. That one.
All right. Let's see. Anybody else comment? Well, Jeremy says he's already a genius, so there you go.
So
So did Daniel.
everybody says they're already a genius.
I think she described my ex-wife. Are you talking about the green piss?
Oh, God, Ray.
Oh, Ray.
Let's get away from that green piss. I'm over the green piss thing.
Okay,
Let's move
Next,
forward.
would you rather for the rest of your life have to speak in rhymes or in riddles?
Oh, I'm a big dad joke kind of guy, and my
Riddles.
and my boys, they love riddles. So I would definitely go with the riddles.
I think I would too. What about you?
I would do it just because it'd be so fun to fuck with people like that. Like the opportunities to just baffle people for no fucking reason would be endless at that point.
Absolutely, yes. Well, tell me this. Oh my gosh, there's like an overwhelming amount of riddles. Riddles.
Yeah, Daniel.
Riddles.
Corey,
Oh, but Jeremy
Anthony.
rhymes.
Jeremy. It'd be Jay Rich.
What?
Jeremy Richardson. Jay Rich.
Then you can have a cool rapper name. Jay Rizzle.
So
all right, let me take this banner off since you're not.
So
gonna
I had
answer.
my first Article 15 in the military was also drinking
Your
related.
first one?
Yeah. Hey, you weren't trustworthy unless you had at least 3.
Oh my God, I let you inside of me.
Twice at least.
We had 3 kids. What do you mean twice at least?
But my first one, it was really fucked up situation. They did things called EFDs. I can't remember what it stands for, but it was basically like if the manning was up, they would give people a shift off, like just randomly.
Paid?
And well, yeah, you're always paid. You're in the military. You get paid first 15th. So I was 19 years old and I get an EFD and I go to one of my supervisors. I'm like, hey, we go to class 6 and buy me a 6-pack of beer. I'm just going to hang out in the dorms and work on my uniforms for tomorrow and hang out. Yeah, no problem. So Tech Sergeant, I'm going to call him Tech Sergeant Shitbag, goes and buys me a 6-pack of fucking, I think I was drinking Bud Light at the time, and brings it to me in the dorms. I'm sitting there. I'm literally polishing my boots, watching VHS tapes because I didn't have any cable because I was poor, and VHS was still the leading technology in
Ooh,
video, if that
Blockbuster.
doesn't date me at all. And I hear a knock. It's like, and
She's knocking on the microphone.
I open the door, and there he is, Tech Sergeant Shitbag, and Senior Airman
Go fuck yourself.
Dick Balls, we'll call him. And so Airman Tierney, what are you doing? "Oh, I'm just sitting here polishing my boots, watching a movie. What else are you doing? I don't know, having a beer. All right, well, you were under arrest for underage drinking.
He bought him the beer and then
I'm like, ha 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 ha, laughing, thinking it's a joke, but no, it wasn't. He bought me beer and then arrested me for drinking said beer. And next morning, I'm standing in my full dress blues in front of the commander. I think I was a 1 striper. I think I was like an E2 at the time.
You lost half that stripe.
Yeah. And of course, I'm just getting my ass reamed. I'm standing first sergeant's there. Like anybody that's like any of any importance in the squadron is there, just watching me get fucking reamed by every single person. It's kind of like an office space where they keep asking about the TPS reports. It's like,
got it.
And finally, the commander just he dismissed everybody and says, "Tierney, you stay behind." So I'm like, "Oh fuck." So he dismissed everybody. It's just me and him in the room at this point. And I'd already had my punishment handed. It was ARC 15. It was 45 days extra duty, suspended bust. Had to stay on base. I can't remember what the term was. And then he's like, "Let me see your hands." So I reach my hands out like this. He's like, "Turn them around." And I turn them around and he goes, "Don't do it again." And he slaps the top of my hands and he's like, "Look, the way I see it, you're old enough to raise your hand. You're old enough to fight for our country." And at the time, it wasn't wartime yet. This was pre 9/11. And but he's like, you raised your right hand. You signed that check. As far as I'm concerned, you should be able to drink. People above me heard about this incident, so I have to do something. So your 45 days extra duty is going to be concurrent with your normal schedule, which means as I worked, it was part of my time. And on my days off, I had to go to the headquarters building, get his debit card, go buy breakfast tacos for everybody in the office, drop them off, and then I was done for the day. So for an Article 15, I was let off really, really good.
Is this Master Sergeant here? This little right there.
No, it wasn't Master Sergeant Shitbag.
No, he said at least it wasn't Master Sergeant.
Oh yeah, you know your abbreviation.
Yeah,
that was
like,
Master Sergeant.
Oh, see, look.
But no, it wasn't Master Sergeant Shitbag. The one that sounded like Mickey Mouse, Jeremy. It was not him. It was the one we called Silverback, Jeremy. If that gives you any hints, I'm not going to say the name on the air to where I can get sued for libel or anything. Whatever. Don't want to deal with that shit.
What? Wait a minute. What is this? Was this the same tech that got busted for pissing on a patrol car in the command post parking lot?
I don't know which tech sergeant that was, but if it wasn't the same guy, I want to high five him. Because that's like super balls right there.
Oh my God.
Now I got away. I should have got sent to jail one time, but I did.
Tell.
I tell you this. I just got I was a buck sergeant. I just got my E5. Now, when I became a soldier, when I straightened my shit out eventually and got promoted to, sergeant, I took being an NCO very, very seriously. And I always made sure I looked out for my guys. They were everything to me. So what happened was we're in the chow line and there's this captain. He steps in front of my driver and starts grabbing his food. And I'm like, "Bro." He's like, "Bro." I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "You're not going to be eating in front of my guys." I'm like, "These guys we've been in the snow changing track, cold for 12, 15 hours. You're not going to eat in front of my guys." And he said, "Well, what are you going to do about it?" I spun him around. I popped him in his mouth and I dropped him. And so I could have got charged with assaulting an officer. But the company commander seen what happened, and the company commander was an old Vietnam guy. So he took me behind the tank and he's like, "I should bust you, but," he said, "when I get back, I think I'm going to owe you a couple beers." So that was my one story where I should have got busted, but I didn't.
I almost punched an officer one time, and I wasn't even on duty. I was right out of my tech school, which for the Army is the A school. For the civilians, it's pretty much a school where you actually learn to do whatever specific job you're going to be doing in the military.
Oh, was it a wife who was trying to claim her husband's station? Because I know you love that.
Oh, God. No, not the rank. Do you know who my husband is? No, it wasn't that. So my sister was married to a naval officer. He was a pilot when I was young in my career. And I went out to visit them in California at Naval Air Station Lemoore. And she worked at the officers club, which is basically just a bar on base, and only the officers are allowed to go there. I was enlisted. I was allowed to go there because I was sponsored in by her and my brother-in-law. Still had to render salutes to the assholes that were making me do it. But I went to go piss because I was like, 11 beers deep, and one of the officers there, I guess, and this was back before Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed. And I guess he didn't tell because nobody had asked, but then he drunkenly asked if he could grab my junk and leaned over the urinal trying to grab my junk. And
I've never heard this story before.
I wanted to put his fucking head through the porcelain, but I was so worried about being punished because, I was 6 months into the military at this point. So I was more worried about my punishment than I was about anything else. So I ran out and I told my sister, I'm like, that dude just tried grabbing my dick. And she's like, what? Are you fucking serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking serious. So she made sure that he was completely uncomfortable for the rest of the time that he was there. And he tried playing it off. And then apparently within like a month, he was moved to a different command.
So I want to be Corey when I grow up. He said, I hit a command sergeant major with a case of beer.
That's legendary. That's
I want, yeah, that's.
We're going to have to hear that story eventually.
That's
going to have to happen.
So I just completely lost my train of thought and go fuck me, right?
Awesome.
All right, pick a number. We're going to do the next giveaway.
Number
one.
Woohoo, number
My
one.
turn
You
to
want
ask
to pick a
one?
hat?
You pick a hat. My turn to read one.
Okay, I like this one. The American flag hat, y'all. It says, warning, adult content and childish shenanigans, which is the Southpaw, Tales from the Barstool slogan. And as you can see, it's got an American flag on the back. Richardson 120, right? Yeah.
So this is
112.
one
I keep
you're
calling
not
120s.
going to be able to Google. This is either from people that were paying attention at the very beginning of the show, have watched our shows, or just guesses really well, but not including our introduction episode numbered 000, but including tonight. How many episodes have we done to date?
Oh, and I'm going to mute us for a second. Sorry.
Hopefully nobody can read lips. No, it's not 8. No, it's not 8. No, it's not 12. No, it's not 47. I wish it was that many.
Ray's close, though.
It's not 18. It's not 26. It's not LOL. Those aren't even numbers.
It's warm.
It's still not 18.
Very warm with the 18.
Not 9. It's not 20.
Very warm with the 20.
Man, people are skipping all around it. If it were a snake, it would have bit you.
Anybody? It's the
101.
American flag one. Oh, we got one.
Who said it? Jeremy got it. It was
Jeremy
19
Richardson,
episodes. So this is number 19.
Episodes deep.
So it took us 19 episodes to get 1,000 members of the podcast page. So that's not too fucking shabby, especially since we haven't paid anything to do it. It's all organic.
I know. And friggin' Susie on Kevin's thing got real. Oh man, she was like
right after.
Yeah, within seconds. Yeah. There was Jeremy, there was Ray, Daniel, and Susie all within seconds of each other. Boom, like boom, boom, boom. So congratulations.
So we've talked about the Article 15s. We've talked about the multiple times that you were escorted out of the military politely, I'm sure.
Yeah. They gave you a plane ticket and you got to be on the bus in 45 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did they like follow you and watch you pack up your shit to make sure you didn't steal anything?
No,
they
not
that you
drop you off at the end of the gate.
Oh, not that you could have packed up your. Not that you could have packed up your rifle. You could.
The rifle that you couldn't find.
Yeah. Thank God they finally found it. I mean, somebody found it on the tank trail because everybody had to go hand in hand.
Oh my!
Whole Fort Hood.
Oh my God. Like a lost puppy.
Fort Hood is a gigantic base too. Like oh my God.
I wasn't the most popular person on base.
I can't imagine.
Forever.
I can't imagine.
So what happens in a situation like that? It's like literally every single person on base is looking for it.
Yeah.
It's not just your unit, it's everybody.
Well, they have the people in the fields that are looking for it. I mean, obviously the people in the rear with the gear aren't going to look for it, but they couldn't leave base because they might have had the weapon in their hands.
That's
Jesus.
so funny. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Like,
No, like
well, I don't know anything about the I wasn't in the military, so I don't know, but I can't imagine that being a common scenario.
like I'm surprised I never lost mine. But there were times where like somebody would fall asleep on post. We wouldn't rat them out, but we would steal their weapon while they were asleep, disassemble it, and put parts all over the place, and make them reassemble it in a fucking panic at the end of their shift.
Like, I get a rifle's bigger than a phone, but I lose my phone like 3 times a day. So, and like people live on their phones. I don't live on my phone, but hey, some people do.
And what was it? On 4th of July, the U.S. forces actually just up and left Afghanistan. They're like, fuck, we're done. Boom, done. We're out of here. They abandoned literally thousands and thousands of vehicles, the entire base, batteries, tools, guns, ammo, armored vehicles. They just left everything. They're like, fuck it. We're not shipping this shit back. Congratulations, Afghanistan and all the insurgents. Whoever gets here first, this shit's yours.
But wait a minute, where are we going to get all our opium from now?
Aw, sad face.
Well, nobody does opium anymore. It's all designer drugs and
no one does opium anymore. Are you sure?
Are you crazy?
Because I'm going to have to disagree with you because I've seen the drug test of literally thousands of women giving birth. And I will tell you, opium is still alive and well.
No, opium is actually the
It's alive and well.
well, part of the fucking problem with all the opium addiction is the over medication, because so many people get put on opioids for pain and then they never take them off, or they don't wean them off, or they just keep them on it for,
or they get them illegally. But yeah, okay, whatever. You know, it's because it's cheaper. It's cheaper than most drugs. That's
yeah, heroin's cheaper than the Oxycontin.
Yeah.
I went to go get operated on my eye, and I told the doctor, I'm like, listen, I'm in recovery. I can't have any kind of opium. I can't have fentanyl, anything like that. So he's about to put me under. He's like, so you want the fentanyl, no, right? And I'm like, no, dumbass. I just told you I can't have any fentanyl. You want me to be like Michael Jackson and dying? I'm like, don't give me any propofol, fentanyl. But people sometimes ask for that stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm like, you got to be really careful out there.
Daniel, he meant opiates, but he's from like the 1920s era where he believes in like tonics and with opium in it. Don't mind my husband.
What? It's fun. When I was in a really bad motorcycle wreck, a little over 4 years ago, and being wheeled through the ER after being out of the ambulance, going to the wherever, I have no fucking clue. I was in and out of consciousness, but I specifically remember telling the nurse that was next to me, like, do not give me opiate or narcotic pain meds. They make me sick. Don't do it. And she's like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. You have concussion. You have head injury. Let us do what we're going to do. I'm like, no, if you give me an opiate or narcotic pain med, I'm going to get sick. I'm going to throw up. And she's like, no. So next thing I know she's giving me one in the IV. And within seconds, I remember just feeling it. I feel my stomach just churning, and I'm pissed because not only am I in pain, but she didn't listen to me. So I turned and deliberately puked all over this nurse, like Exorcist green pea soup projectile vomited, because she wouldn't listen to me. Because I know that I have an addictive personality, and I don't want that shit in my fucking blood, period.
And guys, if you don't know JD's story, I'm going to have to go back and find out when he was on my show. And I'm going to have to send it out to you guys so you guys can get the real lowdown on JD's story. Remember we did almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while back. And I really want to redo on that, because I was in Carlsbad, New Mexico, because I was still in the oil fields. And I was sitting in a Walmart parking lot doing it on my cell phone.
Yeah.
And Carlsbad is in the middle of fucking nowhere, and there's like
is.
2 cell phone towers for the entire city, and there's about 10 million oil field workers trying to use that signal. So there's like no broadband or bandwidth to be able to use.
Did you run out of minutes?
Yeah, pretty much. But it was like, did you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wait,
So
what'd you say?
we'll have you come on the new show. So we'll tell your story again.
Yeah, JD said you're a serial podcaster. Is that right?
Well, what happened was I had like 300 episodes on one show, but Apple would not let me on their server for some reason. So I had to start another one. And that's why I started this new one. And now it's in the top 2% in the world right now.
Good for you. We have 8 people who watch our show avidly. Woo!
All you need is 8 people. All you need is 8 people.
That's all I'm getting, and I'm happy
You know
with
what?
them.
And in all actuality, though, like I don't need to become famous for this. I don't need it to be ranked. It's number one. It's a way for her and I to do something together.
Yeah.
That's just not.
It doesn't make babies.
There's no responsibility to it outside of making sure that we try to entertain, that the guest enjoys himself. But besides that, it's just us just letting loose. It's kind of like a almost therapeutic thing for us to just.
We literally were hanging out with my cousin Woody, who I said watches the show, and he's like, "Wow, y'all are like actually like this." And I'm like, I didn't realize he watched the show. So I was like, "Oh, you've seen an episode?" He goes, "I've seen every episode." And I was like, "Oh shit." So yeah, apparently this is just us. This is like, we're not trying to be anything we're not, and we're a little crass. We're a little filthy. Which is why I haven't told a lot of people at work that I do this. And JD's like, "You're ashamed of us." No, real-time cat and work cat are not the same at all.
Like when I meet a lot of people and they get my book and they're like, you're nothing like I thought you were going to be like. You're not that guy anymore, because now I'm like the guy that's, helping old ladies across the street, opening the car door for my wife. And I'm like, that wasn't me before, I was, like I said, the ultimate shitbag in life.
I bet you did some good. You just don't realize it.
No, I feel the same way about my past. So it's like I was up until fairly recently in my eyes, I was pretty much a fucking shitbag. Like, and I think at one point, all the good deeds, especially the overwhelming amount of good deeds I did, I think I was trying to buy back some karma, buy my way into heaven, for a lack of better terms, until it just got to the point where it just turned into being a good guy for the sake of being a good guy and not doing stupid shit for the sake of not doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
So Daniel put Thundercat, and I love it because Thunder Thighs is my nickname in high school. Like, legitimately, I always say things are my nickname in high school that are filthy. No, I actually mean that. That was my nickname. Love it. Thank you, Daniel.
So let's do the next giveaway real quick. We have 4 more things to give away.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do 2 back to back, and then you can do the last 2 things. I'm gonna give away the last 2 hats. So starting with 1. All right, everybody ready? We're gonna start. It's a solid gray Tales from the Barstool.
that's a Flex Fit.
No, it's it is. It's a Flex Fit. Solid gray.
I need that.
No. Okay. And the question is, what do the 100 folds in a chef's hat represent? What?
There's one for every president of the U.S.
And no, that's not historically or any accuracy whatsoever. Oh,
Jennifer,
well, we already
first
have a winner.
person,
That was
first person to
pretty
comment.
fast. Jennifer, yes, 100 ways to cook an egg. Damn, girl, that was fast. That was real fast. Are we gonna let people win more than one prize? We didn't even talk about this prior.
Yeah. We'll play it by ear.
All right, this one is a regular Richardson 112 with the same logo, the Southpaw Tales from the Barstool, on a black and white hat. And the question is, what is a beer barrel called that contains 108 gallons? What is a beer barrel called that contains 108 gallons?
The Faithful 108.
A party.
Party.
Tuesday.
Not this Tuesday.
Not a keg.
It's not a keg.
Sorry.
Because a keg is
Sorry,
either
Ray.
4, 6, or 8. Or 4, 8, or 16 gallons, depending on the keg.
You're
pony keg.
guessing.
No. I actually know that. Jeremy Richardson is not a keg. Mark, it is not a cask.
But good guess. I like it. I like where y'all are heading.
Cask was closer. No, Ray, it is not a cask.
Not a cask.
So a beer barrel that holds 108. Everybody's saying cask. It is not cask. It is not vat.
It's not vat. This is tough. This is a tough
I'll give you a hint.
question.
There is no A in the word.
It's
not a barrel.
We said is a beer barrel called. What is a beer barrel called that contains 108 gallons? So Google 108 gallon beer barrel. Like Google it. We don't care. Cheat.
Google is your friend here.
If you're not cheating, you ain't trying, says Tom Brady.
True.
Oh, Richard, you have just become one of my favorite guests ever. Because fuck that guy.
Eric, you heard him? I'm not allowed to start a fight.
Lunch. Corey says lunch. Man, I think that's a close second. Daniel Curry finally got it. It is a butt.
It is a buttload. It is a butt.
So literally a buttload is 108 gallons.
Yep. So Daniel Curry got
2.
He got a hat and a coffee. Hence the term buttload. Exactly. Oh shoot, she got in first, baby.
Who did? Who got in first?
I'm sorry.
Jennifer got in first.
I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. Jennifer May got in first.
Okay, so we're gonna give Jennifer that hat, and we'll give Daniel.
Well, she already got a hat. See if she's okay getting the soap, and then give Daniel the hat since he hasn't gotten a hat.
Okay, fuck it. We'll give Daniel the hat, and we'll give Jennifer this Maxwell Soaps Orange Sage soap. This is made by Marine vet Joe Palacios out of Houston, Texas. It's actually some really good stuff. It's all made by hand, all organic stuff. I personally use it. I have the subscription to it.
Awesome.
So she's going to get that as well.
And this is the last thing we're giving away. This is the Whiskey Stones with the Southpaw Tales from a Barstool logo laser engraved on the outside of the box. That's the Whiskey Stones.
So this
last one. Y'all better
one.
be ready. Get Google ready.
Let's see which one I want to do for this. Okay. So I'm going to have it alcohol related. So housed in upstate New York, this university offers a major in winemaking. So housed in upstate New York, this university offers a major in winemaking. So you can actually get a college degree on stepping on grapes and making them sour.
Damn, I went to college for the wrong thing.
Or Kat calls it fruit salad.
Every time JD makes more than I do, I'm like, I went to college for years and you didn't, and you make more than I do. It's so sad. I love you. You're my heart and soul. But Daniel,
so Keith gets it. Keith got it. It is Cornell University.
Cornell University.
And the actual technical name of the major is Viticulture and Enology. ENOLOGY.
Who knew?
And
So Keith,
and he has an amazing podcast, the Battle Buddy podcast. Amazing guy.
yes, he does. Man, there's a lot of podcasts on here. I feel like I'm like humbled by the people that are.
And we actually are just now dipping into podcasts, like listening to them ourselves, and that's kind of cool. I actually like that.
And you guys know that you actually sponsor my show, so that's why I'll promote you guys all the.
So we're done with the giveaways. So it's back to nothing but the guest at this point.
Awesome. Can I ask another funny question? I have more.
Don't ask us permission. Just do it.
Awesome. Oh, there's so many to choose from.
So
I know. I'm thinking.
we're waiting on you.
Well, I keep going back to this one, but it's really stupid.
Ask it.
Is cereal soup?
Is cereal soup?
I was asking. You said he was a cereal podcaster and got me on cereal, and then I'm like, is cereal classified as soup?
Yes, it would be a cold soup.
I agree with you.
Like a gazpacho, like a cold soup.
I think it would be more like a gnocchi.
Gnocchi is warm.
No,
Gnocchi is a
it would be like
potato.
a cold soup, but it's like because it has chunks of shit in it and it's white.
Like a stew. It's a stew?
You know?
Is cereal a stew then?
No.
No?
No.
What do y'all think? Oh, see, people are saying cold
Jeremy
soup.
is saying it's like soup, so.
Yeah, cold soup.
There you go. See, so
Yeah,
we solved some of the world's problems today.
You know what? That's why people come on this podcast. We are solving world's
we
problems.
we are tackling the issues everybody else is afraid to tackle.
That's what I said. Like a gazpacho. A gazpacho is a cold soup. Like a gazpacho Cheerio.
I have no clue what
Gazpacho Cheerio.
I have no clue what gazpacho is.
It's a cold soup. That's
Isn't that the guy?
what
Isn't that the
gazpacho
guy
means.
that made Pinocchio?
That's Geppetto.
Tomato.
Gazpacho.
I've got no strings.
It's an Italian thing. You don't
I'm
understand.
serious. If your childhood self met you now, what would they think of you? Like, do you think you'd be like pedophile?
Wow, that jumped right off the fucking rails.
No, I think like my kid says, you know, you're just a goofy old man. So I would say to myself, who is that goofy old fuck?
I think I know what JD's childhood person would think of him. Like, oh crap, my dad grew his beard back because you look exactly like your dad, except for when you wear sunglasses. Your eyes are the only thing different. So if you wore sunglasses and met your childhood self would think you were your dad.
I think my childhood self would kick my old self's ass.
No way, he was scrawny.
Yeah, but he was a scrappy fucker. Had no fear.
Hey, if you want to fight, get married, right?
No, never.
Oh my God, you are so terrible. We definitely didn't fight earlier today because that doesn't happen. And we're coming on here to deal with our marital problems.
As I said, it's therapy. No, we don't fight. We have heated debates.
That you lose constantly. Yes.
Oh yeah, if I win, I'm fucking buying lottery tickets and checking my temperature.
Usually we're
Well,
fighting.
there was an old couple and they gave me marital advice. The man said, you can be right or you could be happy. You can't be both. And then
Amen.
You know what's so funny?
I said, and she said to me, son, if you want to stay married forever, a woman needs to keep her husband's stomach empty and his stomach full and his balls empty. He'll never.
Wow. Good for her.
I know what my next hat's gonna be.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Good for you. I don't know. My grandfather said once to my dad, do you want to be right or do you want to be married? And my dad was like, wow. So it wasn't, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? It's, do you want to be right or do you want to be married? It was awesome.
If only we were given that advice earlier.
Yeah. So.
No, I'm just saying, it would have solved so many fights.
Oh, like
earlier.
You're going to listen to it now. No one's convinced. That's why they watch the show. They're waiting for your head to explode.
Yeah, Pinocchio, you should know who Geppetto is.
Right. Yeah, right. His nose is knocking shit over and everything.
I've got no strings to get sued by Disney for singing that melody.
We don't own any of the rights to the music that are sung on this show. Did we ever say that? Now we have to.
Well,
Thank
all the
you,
music
Jay.
I've ever done on here has always been royalty free. It's either stuff I've written or it's the royalty free, license free stuff. So
That was his humble brag. Well, it's the stuff I written. What? I only wrote a few songs.
I can push
whatever.
a button and play it.
Well, I literally grew the human beings inside of me and pushed them out of me. You don't see me bragging about all the fucking time
But you do.
because they're awesome. I made
Most of the
little
time.
JD spawns, but they're like way cooler than you.
So
Sorry.
we're going to be starting to wrap it up here soon. We've been going at it for a little over an hour and 15 minutes now, hour 19 actually.
That's a record for you going at it.
Yeah, usually it's way longer. It's a quickie. So if there's one takeaway that you have from tonight without making it serious, like make it funny, haha, not funny, ironic, what would your takeaway be?
Talking to me.
Oh yeah, you.
I just think that it's great that it's funny that we can all just sit around, break balls, have fun, and kind of push the world away from us for an hour, hour and a half. And I think you guys do that probably the best that I've seen yet.
Well, I definitely appreciate
Thanks.
that. I don't know if I want to believe it, but I'll definitely take it. Kat, what would your takeaway from tonight be?
You can turn things dysfunctional into things that are functional. And that's life, that's the past history, that's marriage. You can turn dysfunctional things into functional things.
Wow, y'all went so much more serious than
Sorry.
My takeaway for tonight is, this is episode 19.
Yeah.
Second time we've done it sober. There are a lot less F-bombs when we're sober.
Doubt it.
And actually we didn't talk about Shrek jizz at all.
Oh,
we didn't talk about
the fact that you don't pay me. I should have.
Yeah, we
didn't.
Up. You know what we don't do anymore is you don't go, Jennifer.
Oh, I know.
Me again.
I know. Dang, I need to get back to that.
But we did talk about green piss, so I guess that kind of.
Oh yeah, so green piss takes care of that.
That's
the whole
true.
Shrek
I
thing.
did, and yeah, we talked about different colored urine based on STDs. So you're welcome.
So with all this being said, we have to start wrapping it up for the night. Morning comes too damned early for being up this late, especially when we're sober up this late.
Like it's different.
Yeah, it's a lot different.
Just take a sleeping aid, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. But we definitely want to thank everybody for tuning in. We definitely want to thank everybody for getting us to 1,000 viewers. Richard, I cannot thank you enough for coming on here tonight. Every time we get to hang out together, even if it's over a conference like this, I definitely appreciate it. Kat, what do you got to say before we log out of here?
It was nice to finally put a face with the name, man. It really was. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. And guys, if you don't have these hats, you're wrong.
Fucking A, right? You're wrong.
You're either trending the Southpaw or you're wrong. That's how it works.
Yep.
So with all that, make sure you tune in next week. We have Josh Costner coming on, and then we got some great people coming up. And then following weeks after that, Richard, thank you again. Don't go anywhere. We're going to hang out after we shut off here. Everybody, if you are out drinking, make sure that you stop early enough or you get yourself a sober driver. Be safe because we want you to tune in next week as well. Y'all have a great night, and we will see you later. And the mouse just stopped working, so I can't turn it off. What? An actual fuck. Okay, y'all get to hang out until the mouse works because I can't turn the damn thing off.
Professional as fuck to the very end, people.
Yeah. So, hey, people in post production, don't cut that out. I want the mistakes to be in there for the people that download later. All right. Good night, all. We'll see y'all later.
Everybody.